Yes. Namaste, man. Welcome back to the channel. It's Tuesday, man. Let's get into this millionaire mindset. To become a millionaire, you're going to have to get a philosophy around money and around wealth. This thing looks like we're a little bit off. Let me turn this for a second. We got to get our mindset around money and wealth. And I was reading in Success Magazine, I was reading this article, and this young lady had, she said there's basically 4 ways to become a millionaire. Saver, investor, climb the corporate ladder, which to me seems like they would have to be saver investors too. But number 3, be extremely talented. Football player, singer, you're in a band, you're an actor, some out of this ordinary. Mark Zuckerberg, like that might fall into corporate, but you have an outlier effect, right? Those are rare. And then that's probably less than 3, 4, 5% of the population. And then entrepreneur, that's probably 5 maybe more percent entrepreneur. And the entrepreneur, well then, Robert Kiyosaki said something very similar. He gave us the cash quadrant. I don't know if you've ever read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. A lot of people get started in this millionaire quest through the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series because they really don't teach it in school. That like anybody, regardless of age, race, or financial situation, can get rich. Anybody. If you begin to follow what I called the Millionaire Code, which is just simply time times amount times yield. It's really just a math number. And you control some of the components, like time, like you don't know, like we're all given a certain amount of time. We don't know how much time we got on this earth, God willing. You might have 90 years. Well, in the book, if you have my book, You Don't Have to Die Broke, it's free, hit my link. I talk about this, the idea about getting richer every day, and what really got me onto that, this $10 more a day, because I knew I could begin to compound it. And if I did that over a long period of time, that amount would grow larger and larger. And if I could get a certain amount of yield, then it would equal money. And those early ones, it's like 400, 500,000. I didn't get that excited about 400 or 500. I mean, even though that's a lot of money, what I was trying to figure is like, how does a guy get millions of dollars? 5 million, 6 million, 10 million. How do we do that? Can average people do that? Well, I have a friend. He worked as not a custodian, but as like a handyman, a maintenance man at the University of Alabama. When he died, he was worth north of $12 million, owned 128 houses, never went to college. My richest friend never went to college. Right out of there, he got started in real estate. He rolled that into creating assisted living homes. He flipped that into selling it to a REIT, doing a big cash out. He took that money, invested in the stock market. He then used that as collateral to build more of them. And you see what he just began to play, what I call rolling money forward. And we talk more about that in this book, The Money Flow. This game can be played lots of different ways. You can do it with business. You can do it with real estate. You can do it with flipping things. But you have to get clear in your mind what you're doing in order to get to where you're going. So if you're just flipping things to make money, that's income. And we need income. Now, Robert Kiyosaki and them kind of talk down about the concept of income. They want your money to come from investing, because when your money comes to you from investing, a lot of times it can be tax sheltered. Like real estate. Let's say you buy a house and the house goes up. You own this house 6, 7 years and it goes up, 4, 5, 6%. Then it goes up 4, 5, 6%. Then it goes up 4, 5, 6%. Oh, then we have a big year. It goes up 9%. And every month you're making down the mortgage payment. The house is appreciating and you're cash flowing. Well, when you get to the end, you're going to have a big ass chunk of money. I just listed a house for sale. I paid $49,000 for this house 16 years ago, or 15, 16 years ago. Let's say 14 to 16. My timing gets off. I paid $49,000. I did a big remodel on it. By the time I was done, I'd sunk, I think $35,000, $40,000 in it over a period of like a year. It took me a year to get it rented and working on it. I cash flowed the repairs. I'd go work. I had a lawn care business. I'd take the money. I'd buy drywall and paint and pay plumbers and pay electricians. And over a period of a year, I took this house that I paid $49,000 for, which means I put down like 12 grand, right? I put down like 12 grand. My payments are like, what, 300, 400 a month, plus insurance, plus now I'm working on it. Well, when I get to the end of this deal, I'm going to be alive anyway, time, right? My amount in was what, 12 grand, right? And then I put money into repairing it. So total, I probably got $60,000 of my own money into this house, of my own money. And then I rented it for all of those, and I've collected about $140,000 gross in rents. What is that? That's investing, right? But that's investing in real estate. That's up here. That's being an investor. Is that being a corporate climber? No, no. You could work at a corporation and do that. Is that being extremely talented? No, no, no. Real estate's a dumb man's game. Is that being an entrepreneur? Kind of. It is like an entrepreneur. Now doing one, maybe not. I have 15. You start getting into 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we're getting into management of property. Now we need skills, like, so I self-manage, so now I gotta deal with renters, I gotta deal with contracts, I gotta deal with cash flow statements, right? I gotta maintain my credit, I'm now collecting rent. I'm doing all of this on top of working my job or running my business. Why? Because I'm trying to get rich, man. See, I can't get rich just working a job. So when I got out of the Army, I got a job at a juvenile prison, and then I moved to a state prison because these were easy jobs to get. And when I moved to the prison, I said, hey, I want to get the best part-time job I can get. And I got a job at the prison. That allowed me to work 2 days a week for 28 hours so that I could get a little bit of money. But what that gave me was time. It gave me 5 days a week to work on me, on my business, where there was no cap. See, when you work for the state, there's a cap to how much money you can make. When you start buying real estate, there's no cap. So that house that I bought, that I told you about, that I put $12,000 on, I just listed it for sale for $211,000. Now think about this. I've collected $140,000 in rent, right? I got 60 grand in it. Now I paid some taxes, insurance, maintenance. I've depreciated it. I didn't pay, it's now mortgage free. The renters paid off the loan over the period of 16 years. The house, now when I sell it, I will clear about $190,000. It's my money. I'm gonna roll that into a 1031 exchange to shelter, and so I pay no taxes. I'm gonna take that 190 and I'm gonna roll that forward. I'm gonna roll it forward. What is that? Time times amount. So now we had 16 years. Our amount now is not 12,000. Remember we said I put 12,000 down? Instead of being 12,000, it's now what? 190,000. So I'm gonna take $190,000 and now enter that into the roll it forward game. Guess what happens when we roll that one in 10 years? It's gonna be what? 600,000, 800,000, a million? But we're gonna do it a bunch more times. So I got 15 more houses I need to roll forward. So I'm starting that process of rolling them forward into bigger, nicer, more quality properties that I can rent out for larger sums, where I can put these huge down payments in, or roll them into multifamilies. I'm fixing to roll the 15 into 30 or 35. Okay, but that's just something I do on the side. See, becoming a millionaire is a part-time job. That's a part-time family business, running my real estate, collecting rent, working on properties. And you see me doing this a lot, working on these properties, man. Okay, what's that, fat cat? So she says there's 4 ways: saver, investor, corporation, engineer, coder. You work for a big company. Those are great. If you are, you better get real smart about this investing. Talent and entrepreneur. Now, Robert Kiyosaki said there's employees, there's self-employed, there's business owners, there's investors. Robert will tell you these 2 are the worst. You don't want to do that. You want to own a business, and then you want to push all your money into investing. Now, I've done employee and then self-employed. I don't work well. I don't need employees. I don't function well when I have employees. That's not my thing. My thing is creating a course or writing a book, or I was making thousands of dollars mowing yards or buying houses or flipping houses. I've flipped land. I'm really good at finding undervalued dividend stocks. I'm pretty good at trading. I've created a book around trading, right? The money flow trading system. I head up a group called the Money Flow Trading Society. I put out newsletters. I do all these things where I'm constantly trying to do things so that I can make money. I've tried to create, at one time I had 28 drips of money coming in. So each house is a drip, right? Each stock, each REIT, each thing is a drip. So having $50,000 in Bitcoin could be a drip, right? We could get down into this investor stuff, part of what, stop it. We're studying, right? And we learn, we can borrow against Bitcoin. All of a sudden now Bitcoin becomes an asset we can borrow against, yet you get to keep the Bitcoin. And as the Bitcoin goes higher, how much you owe, guess what? That spread is getting different, right? And so it becomes a different kind of product you can use. Sorry, it's hot as hell out here. So we're gonna have money in crypto, we're gonna have money in dividend stocks, we're gonna have money in real estate. If we become investors, that's likely how we're gonna do it, unless you have some extraordinary talent to investing. If you find you have some insight, some entrepreneur, I used to bash people for this. Listen, okay, I'm gonna stop yelling at people for not being diversified, not being smart. If you think going all in on Dogecoin is a good thing, good. Have a plan. Go all in, whatever. If you think Safe Moon and you even though you can't explain it to someone, what it actually does as a utility, what it does for business, how it improves people's lives. See, businesses provide service, opportunity, or value to people. And if you can't explain what they do, there's probably no service or value there. That's what we call tulips, you know, or back when my dad was doing this, there was ostrich eggs, and there's always been something. Now, I'm not saying you can't make money on that, but that's not what you're going to build your wealth on. Man, we've had a fly epidemic in Texas. I had a renter call me so bad, he goes, hey, is there anything you can do about the flies? No, bro, what do you want me to do about flies? Nothing I can do about flies, man, but they're everywhere. So, football player, basketball player, actor, bands, musicians, writers, these are the talent people, artists, entrepreneur. All of these people ultimately need to either start a business or invest in business, most likely both. Maybe you're an ex-football player, so you create a clothing brand or a workout brand or a shake or a thing. This shocks me when I meet guys that are like, you have a blue check. You have a blue check by your name, and it means you're verified. I have 100,000 fucking followers here. 15,000 on YouTube, 20,000 on Twitter. Thousands of people read my newsletter. I sell thousands of books, and I'm not verified. Like, I'm not verified. And you have 2,000 followers, but you're verified because you play professional sports. And now you're going to leave a sport where you're not the highest paid person. You're kind of doing it for a living. You're baseball, soccer, fucking tennis, or golf. I meet these guys all the time, and they're on the pro level, but they're not making millions and millions of dollars. And it's like, dude, if more people knew who you were, you could create a brand around what you're doing. The fact that you're an ex-sports person or a professional tells me that, one, you're disciplined. You can listen, you can be coached, you can stick to a plan. Now I'm open to listening to you. You got a blue check, you have some authority, you're a professional, you're a pro at something, so speak with fucking authority. Push your intent into the universe. Why am I not buying t-shirts from you? Why am I not buying my workout gear from the guy that played professional basketball or the guy that's a golfer? Why am I not buying shit for golf from you? Why is your brand not known? Why are kids not buying soccer balls from you? Why are you not the go-to virtual coach? Why are my kids not reading your book? This is what I'm talking about. That's how you get fucking rich. Michael Jordan didn't get rich from playing basketball. Michael Jordan played basketball so great he was able then to get rich. He was able to push and use that and leverage himself. This is what real estate does. For the average people, we don't have this time and talent, right? My pen is dying. Are you fucking kidding me? See, I can't shoot a basketball. I can't play football. I didn't play basketball. I didn't have any of those advantages. You have a fucking advantage. If you're a high-paid corporate earner, or you're a coder, or you're making this, 6 figures and above, and you're not in the process of trying to get rich, normally this is where I insert you're stupid, but I'm promised that I'd stop cursing and stop being so negative to people, and I promised that I'd stop saying that poor people are selfish. I'm going to stop saying that. Even though I believe it, I'm going to stop saying it, because some people are sensitive, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. Okay? So I'm going to be a much nicer, kinder Gerald. Yeah, go all in on Dogecoin. I mean, if you feel it, if you got some insight, you think that's right, you're going to back yourself 100%. You think you have some edge that I don't have, some edge that other people don't have. You have some secret knowledge or some path or some plan, right? And you're not playing with emotion and you're not doing spontaneous buying, because if you're doing those two, then you're just being foolish. You're being foolish. I hope you get the sarcasm here. I'm trying to be a much nicer motivational speaker. I'm trying to be nicer to you guys. I don't want to insult everybody every time I come on, because I feel like I do. Because I get so angry for you. Because I know you've been lied to. I know you've gone to a school that hasn't taught you shit about getting rich. You can do engineering, you can do architecture, but you're not getting rich. And everyone can because of time. All you got to do is begin realizing the formula. Time, amount, times yield. And so you can decide. Anybody can get rich if you say, I'm cool getting $1 million in 30 years. We just back it out. I could show you 100 fucking things to invest in that would make you a millionaire in 30 years. But you say, well, I don't want to wait 30 years. Okay, so now we got to learn some shit, right? Which means we want to shrink the time. If we're going to shrink the time, we got to make up for it. We got to have more in the amount column, and we got to have more in the yield column. How do we get more in the yield column? Knowledge. Philosophy. What we're talking about here. So every day I'm thinking, how can I allocate my God-given money, time, and talent to grow myself richer? So in this book right here, You Don't Have to Die Broke, I talk about getting richer every day. Your number one goal is to get richer every fucking day. If you don't understand real estate, okay, we'll get to that. Get richer today. You say, well, Gerald, I don't know how to trade stocks. Okay, we'll get to that. Get richer today. How could you get richer? Well, money not going out, money you don't give away, money you don't spend, but you keep makes you richer, right? So money not going out is the same as money coming in. Get that? So a guy that wants to make a big profit on Dogecoin, dude, you could just stop having a fucking car payment and then your net worth would go up. When your outgo goes down, guess what? Your income goes up. Guess what? Your net worth goes up. So if we can just start getting some basic shit in our minds, philosophy, that in order, you want more, my friend Chris Johnson quoted me the other day on a video and he said, hey, my Uncle Gerald said that if you want more time, you got to invest time. If you want more money, you got to invest money. So what is it you want, man? So I want both. So when you say invest time, what does that mean? I call it the 8th day. See, I had a job and then I went and started a lawn care business. Why? Because I needed more than I have. Because when you have more than you need, that part, that's called margin in business. That stuff you don't need, that's margin. That's what they take to invest in, like research and development and maybe acquisitions to buy other things. Well, you can do fucking acquisitions. It's called buying real estate. You can do fucking acquisitions, right? You can do investment in the future. It's called starting a side hustle or a business. You can run yourself like you're the CEO of you. You're the fucking king of your kingdom. And what does your kingdom involve? What are your different wells? What are your sources of making money? What are your little hits? You know, I got this going, that going. Well, why does that preclude you from owning real estate? Just living in real estate is a real estate investment. This is why I tell people all the time, you have to own your house because it forces you every fucking day to invest in real estate. You have to keep the house up. You got to make the payment. You got to keep it insured. It's going to appreciate. You get to write off the fucking interest and you get to borrow the money for a tiny amount and the asset appreciates and it's tax free. So guess what? But there's people out there who will tell you owning a home is a liability. Listen, that is complete nonsense. That is perpetrated by fucking gurus trying to sell you something. If it's worth me owning as a business to put out to profit, it is worth you owning as an individual. Why the fuck would I not own something that I sell? This is like saying I sell BMWs, but I don't drive BMWs. It makes no sense whatsoever. When you die, often, when your parents die, when people around you die, when most Americans die, most of the wealth that they've accumulated is in their home. So you're going to tell the number one wealth building tool of the average American, middle class American is the home. You're going to tell people not to buy that. Why would you not just start with that? And if you're such a big fucking baller with big fucking ideas, just pay the house off, man. I mean, if you're so smart and you make so much money and you're so intellectual and you have all these big ideas about how to better use the money, just stroke a fucking check and pay the house off. Oh, wait, it's expensive. Right. See, I can't help myself, man. Sometimes I get mad, dude. I get mad at stupid teaching. This is Philosophy Tuesday, Millionaire Mindset. You've got to come in with me, man. You got to get this shit right. Come here. You got to get this right. Don't listen to these people telling you don't own a house. Don't listen to these people telling you to borrow money to go to college. Don't listen to these people telling you to get car payments. Don't listen to these people. Their goal is not your goal. If your goal is to become a millionaire, you have to do shit that millionaires would do. You have to acquire assets that produce cash flow or that you can hold, that appreciate, that are tax-free. Like, you have to constantly be about this. You got to be getting richer every day, okay? And watching this video is not getting you any richer. It might be motivating you. It might be giving you something, but this ain't getting you there. It's fucking action. The shit you're going to see me do on my story tonight. After I work today, I'm going to go do the real estate thing. Guess what I'm going to do tomorrow? The real estate thing. Guess what I'm going to do the next day? The real estate thing. Why? Because I'm trying to get richer every day. So she said in this thing, some of the things to help you. Be frugal, not cheap. In other words, be wise. I get people sometimes like, hey man, so my book's $77 for the money flow. They'll say, hey, would you take 40? See, that's called being cheap. That's not being frugal. And it's not wise because all it does is piss me off, and makes you cut my value. And so we're starting off on the wrong foot. And so no, I just delete your email. Number 2, check and monitor your spending. This could be a budget. And the poorer you are, or the less money you have, the more you better budget. In other words, you should have a fucking notebook. You should have a notebook. How much are you going to pay? I was talking with somebody the other day, and I'm like, well, how much money? What's your net worth? They don't know. You cannot Let me say it calmly as I can. You cannot become a millionaire when you don't know how much debt you have, you don't know how much you're spending, and you don't know what your net worth is. Net worth is how much money and assets do you have above and beyond your debt. Okay, this is stocks, bonds, real estate, investments, businesses, things that are worth actual money that you could actually sell. Okay, I'm not talking about your clothes. I'm not talking, well, a car is an asset, but that's not even what I'm talking about. But it is an asset, and your house is an asset, and it all gets factored into your, I don't count cars because cars are just going to go to zero, so why even include them? Cars are just toys, man, like this watch. I'm not counting this Rolex watch on my net worth, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a toy for me. It's like counting computers. We're not counting computers, man. We're counting money, man. We're counting Bitcoin, crypto, stocks, bonds, indexes, ETFs, mutual funds, real estate, land, and fucking businesses that produce cash flow. Actual assets. You need to own that shit and own less Chinese shit. You need to own more of that shit and less shit that you eat, drink, smoke, fucking move around with. You need to own shit that goes up over time, that produces income, that produces cash flow, that'll make you and your family rich. That is what you need to focus on. Sorry, Mom. So check and monitor our spending. I don't keep a budget. I make a lot of money. I don't need a budget. Okay, I know where my money's going, right? So my goal is I try to invest 50% of my income. Let me say that again. 50% of everything I invest, I invest, and I live on the other half. That's really hard. So when I started this, I started with 20. I pushed it to 30. And then I'm like, oh shit, I need to make more money. I didn't want to cut to 30. So I started the 8th day, man. Because I wanted to keep that 30 going for as long as I could. Every fucking month that I do that, time times amount times yield equals Millionaire Code, I get a little bit closer. Right? So if I could push a little bit more and get one more house. So I remember I told my family, I told my wife, I said, hey, I'll slow down. Let me get house number 5. 4 is kind of a weird thing. It feels weird. I need 5. I would just say stupid shit like that. I need 5. As soon as I get 5, we'll relax and we'll go on a trip. And then I get the 5 and then I reward and we go on a trip. We go do something. As soon as I get back, 6, baby, 6. So guess what? I got to save 50% of my income. So you say, well, I don't make enough. I know, I got to go make more, man. So shit, you can't take that from me. You can't take my drive, my energy, my enthusiasm. You know, fuck them. They can't take that. You can't stop me from working more, man. I own that shit, man. Or maybe it owns you. I don't know. So that comes down to needs, wants versus goals. And I say, hey, is this need and want? Does it match my goals? I'm not saying, like, hey, buy yourself a nice watch as a reward for something you did, not just to have a nice watch. Buy yourself a nice car, but goddamn, why would you be driving a new car and you don't own 3-4 rental properties? Why would you drive new cars and you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars in net worth in real estate? Why would you not have income producing real estate? Why would you not be invested like 6 figures in the stock market before you have a new car? If you get a new car first, your chances of building wealth are very slim because it's very hard because you owe so much money. And so what ends up happening is you pay everyone first. All the bills, all the friends, all the family outgoing, and you invest the scraps. And you're giving the crumbs. And so you're always investing the little droppings, the leftovers of your life. That's what you're investing. And you're like, oh, fuck it, it's so small, I'll just put it in Dogecoin. That'll be my big break. I'll just put it in Dogecoin with Elon Musk. Right? This is what, come on, man. We need to get to where we're investing 50% of our income. In other words, you make so much fucking money that you can invest 50% and live on 50%. And you're good. So what? Oh, well, we got taxes and shit. I get that. Part of my 50% is coming from tax-free. Why? My investments are paying me money. So I collect $2,000 a month in dividends. I invest all of it. It's part of my 50%. I made the money. I collect like $12,000 in rent. Right? I pay some bills, put some aside, and let's say I have a $4,000 profit above expenses and insurance and I run a business. So we set aside money for maintenance that hasn't happened yet. CapEx, PAPEX. If you get into my real estate workshop we're doing, we'll talk about this. I set aside like so much money, like $500 or $1,000 a month, whatever, depending on how size of your portfolio, every month to pay for driveways and roofs and new AC units, right? We're not spending all the money. What's left is profit. Guess what I like to do with the profit? Invest it, put it into stocks so that my dividends go up. I'm going to get more next month. They're going to bring me more money next month. And then the next month. And guess what? The houses go up in value. And guess what? The loans go down. And I just get richer and richer and richer and richer. And guess what I do? I invest it. And guess what? That's part of that 50%. We ain't even got to it, my job. That's from investing. So if we add up royalties, book sales, my business, I run 2 different businesses, right? My real estate business, right? My flipping activities. So this, I got 190,000 coming hopefully soon. I put the house up for sale yesterday. Hopefully that comes soon, right? Soon. And then what? I'm going to roll that. I'm not going to take any of that money. I'm going to roll it into a bigger deal. What am I going to do? I'm going to increase my net worth. I'm going to increase my cash flow. Now what? I'm going to have 4 or 5, instead of one house, I'm going to have 4 or 5 people or 3 or 4 people or something in an Arab. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. They're going to be paying down the $500,000 for me. And it's going to be appreciating. Not a $150,000 house. Now a $500,000 house is going to be appreciating at 5%. 500,000. So I'm going to put the 200 I get on a 500. I'm going to have 50% equity, and the house is going to appreciate by 5%. So what is 5%? That's a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money. Think of it, that's 25,000 a year, plus the loan pay down, and that money's all tax free. What is that? Millionaire Code, man. That has nothing to do with my job. That has nothing to do with my mom or my cousin or what's going on in the economy, man. This is an everyday game. The Millionaire Code, baby. So this is what I always say. There's really only 3 ways to get rich. You can own something, you can invest in something, or you can do real estate. That's it. You say, well, what if I did this? Well, that's business. You can own a business, invest in a business, which would be stocks or real estate. And she said there's a 4th one. There's the saver investor. There's the corporate climber. There's people that have extreme talent for whatever thing. And then there's entrepreneurs, okay? Which would include the self-employed. Robert Kiyosaki said it a little different. He said there's employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor, and that's part of the quadrant, the cash flow quadrant. I came along and said it's really, the Millionaire Code is about time times amount times yield equals code. So we could take a product like the S&P 500, it's averaged 9% a year. You could just put a bunch of money every month into that at 9. We know what this would be. We know it'd be 9. We know how much we're going to put in, and then we could just do the time, and it could give you an estimation. But for me, I want to make a lot more, a lot faster. So instead of putting 10% into this, I want to put 50% of my income into a lot of different things, a lot of different ventures. I want to create multiple streams of income, right? And then I want to sit back as a king and I want to try to manage all of this stuff. Rolling profits forward, keeping living frugal, not cheap, frugal. I want to check my spending, right? We got to monitor our spending. I want to surround myself with like-minded people. This is why I started the Money Flow Trading Society. I got tired of trading alone. I got tired of making all this money by myself, seeing these stocks go up and down and feeling compelled to tell people like, hey, Bitcoin's breaking out, man, come on. Like, I love that stuff, man. So I don't want to be around people bad talking Bitcoin. Fuck those people. If they're talking bad about dividends and the stock market's going to crash, fuck those people. Opportunity. Stocks go up 70% of the time. Anything anybody else is selling you is bullshit. Those are scared people. God did not give you the spirit of fear. Fuck those people. Don't listen to people who are selling you fear that America's going to crash. Bullshit. Or that this is coming in. Bullshit. You have no money. You've done nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. It has never happened. Even in the Great Depression, it was one of the greatest investment opportunities ever. And if you're an entrepreneur and you get your buckets right that I talk about in here, and you're prepared, you know that's going to happen. It's called the business cycle. And shit goes up and shit goes down, and you have a do-over account where we prepare for that. We want to take advantage of that. We want to get on the other side of that transaction. Good. Sell your stocks, dude. Be scared. I'll buy them. And all of a sudden, I begin to come at this with, come on, man, sell off them. Let's do a crash. Fuck yeah, dude, I'm ready. Fuck yeah, let's crash the whole real estate. Come on, man. I got cash, I got money, I got different investments. Good. I like everything I own. I'll buy more. When you begin to approach it like that, good. Fuck it. They have no power. See, pillar number 10, take full responsibility, goes deeper than saying, yeah, I did that. It's for everything. They say the world's going to end. Good. My fault. Good. Why? Pillar number 1, how you think is everything. I could think negative. That ain't going to help you. Or I can think positive. What does that do? It gives me that shark, that opportunity mode where I go into beast. I'm looking. Good. Bring it down. Shit, let's buy something. DraftKings down 10%. Good. Bring it down, man. Good. Get that shit down to about 38. I need another 100 shares. Why? Because I'm going to sell it at 72. And if in the meantime we got to take it down, take it down. Oh, I didn't. You were scared. I didn't know that. See, all of a sudden, guess what? Ain't nobody got power over me, dude. It's COVID. Think I should buy a house? Yeah. What about if there is no code? Yeah. What if there is code? Yeah. I think you should always be buying houses. And you say, well, do you think the market's topped out? No. Why? Because it's gone up my whole life. But what if, I don't know. Like I'm always just looking, does the house cash flow? Yeah, then it's a good deal. Does the stock pay a good dividends on sale? Yeah, then it's a good deal. Is the growth stock undervalued and moving up? Yeah, then it's a good deal. If Bitcoin's breaking, it's a good deal. Like seek opportunity, man, not fear. This is all mindset shit though. Avoid emotional buys. 1 minute you didn't have the idea, now you do. That's called an emotional buy. No more spontaneous buys. Don't accidentally buy a truck, a boat, a Sea-Doo. You got to stop that shit, okay? You're a grown man. You're not a child. Grown woman. You're not children anymore. You can't accidentally go partying. You can't accidentally have sex. You can't accidentally smoke weed. Like, these things are done on purpose. Pillar number 10, take full responsibility. You're going to get rich because you do. Nobody else is going to help you. You. Only me. I'm the only one going to get me to fucking $5 million is me. You're not helping me, right? I got to get up and push my intent to the universe. I got to look at everything, right? Avoid lifestyle creep. Now, for some people, I might, because I live like 4,000 square foot, way too many bedrooms, bathrooms. I have 3 refrigerators at my house, multiple AC units. It's on 2 acres, swimming pools. My office is bigger than the house I grew up in as a kid. My area out here by the fireplace where I sip beer or drink wine at night or whatever is about the size of the trailer that I grew up in. I own 15 houses, 11 of them are paid for. I paid cash for my truck. I wear a Rolex. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash. I have $1 million in the stock market. I've sold 55,000 copies of my books, and I don't have a job. And I work and hustle, and I do every day I do exactly what I want to do. Every day. So if I don't feel like fucking with a house today, I don't. I own it. So when I get up to trade stocks, it's because I want to do it. So when you don't want to be there or you're not trading, I can't comprehend that because I love doing it. So I get the blessing. I've been blessed by God inside of the chaos of life and the pain and the troubles and the drama. And I've had my fair share of firings, and I've been through 4 crashes, black swans, all this shit that scares everyone. I've been through it multiple times. Family members died, businesses, lawsuits, all this shit. Divorces, all that stuff, injuries, pain, war, been to war, seen friends die, all this stuff goes down in life, right? And you still, every day, got to get a little bit richer and push your intent into the universe. You have to. You don't get an out. Avoid lifestyle creep. So where I live, people might say, well, this is excessive. I ain't got no mortgage. Meaning your shit probably costs more than mine. I paid cash. So when I bought this house, it was 1,100 square feet. Now it's like 2 buildings and 4,000 square feet. I added on with cash. So as I made money, I paid cash. Some of it I did, some of it I hired in the porches, like some I did, some I hired. And I just kept pushing out. As I would prosper and make money, I would pay cash. So this money didn't go into the market. So I'd buy 3 or 4 rental properties, and then I'd start work on my house. Then I'd buy 3 or 4 rental properties, start work on my house. I'd buy 3 or 4 rental properties, start work on my house, right? And it's over time. I build this buy and hold dividend portfolio. I build this stock trading portfolio. Stock trading becomes a mini business of mine. Managing rental properties becomes a mini business of mine. But looking for land and flipping it is something that I began to do on the side, right? Writing books and pushing them into the universe, something I began to do on the side. Putting out a newsletter. I ain't forgot what time it is. Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Don't worry about it. Sorry, I got people in my office. Like these things, this is, avoid lifestyle creep. In other words, I'm not telling you to live cheap. You got to be comfortable, man. You work hard, you deserve a nice chair. You deserve a nice house. You deserve a TV and be able to relax at night. Believe me. I'm the kind of guy, I don't even slow down to drink beer. Like I drink beer on the go. Like I got to work, man. Like I'm doing it while I'm working, but I also do it at home. And every once in a while, man, I got to stop, dude. I go 8, 9, 10 days consecutive pushing. I guess what? I got to take a day or 2. But I don't need 8. I don't need 2 weeks off in Christmas. God damn, you could write a book. Seriously. I've written books in 3 days that made me $200,000 a book. I wrote a book on how to generate leads mailing postcards for businesses, and I sold over 7,000 copies through the mail. And I made my family like $300,000 over a period of like 2 years. And I did that on a trip and then in some evenings. And I put it together, and then I created a card. Now this is back before the internet. And I bought some mailing lists and I just mailed to it, and a bunch of money came in. And then I said, like, I would just be playing with these things, man. I created a course on different things throughout the years. Like, I know about that. So I went and created a course, and then I uploaded it, and I fucking started promoting it and putting it out there, and people bought it. And guess what? That's money, right? That's money I just conjured. Like, it wasn't there, now it's there, you know? And I would teach this to people, like, create things, do things, get momentum going. Because these things, those activities, these are just one-on things. So like I used to do a lot of Google AdSense advertising when that was easy. I don't know, I made $200,000-$300,000 in like a year or two on the side. It took me like 30 minutes a day, and then it stopped working. It just didn't work anymore. But I took that money and I bought real estate and I put it in stocks, and then I went on to the next thing. And so I've always got something I'm playing with, and something that's working, and something that's kind of working, and something that I think will be huge. And I'm just working these things while at the same time managing real estate, managing my stocks, controlling my spending, being aware of my environment, trying to stay healthy, trying to stay positive, right? Surrounding myself with positive people, avoiding being emotional, avoiding big spontaneous buys. So you saw when I was gonna buy a truck, what'd I do? I'm posting it on my story. People were finally like, buy the damn thing already. No, man, I gotta manifest the shit. It's gonna take months, man. So when I go to buy my Airbnb property, I'm doing it right now. I'm dragging it out. It's gonna take months until I can just fucking see it in my mind. Right now I got the money coming because I'm selling that house, and so I'm getting one step closer. I gotta start looking at more and more properties. I gotta secure the funding, and I'm seeing this. What is it gonna look like? And I'm pushing through, right? And I'm already planning that flip. But I gotta do all that to make it happen, right? I gotta do all that. I gotta keep my credit clean. I gotta put my head down. I gotta work hard. I gotta surround myself by the right people. I gotta wanna do this, man. This shit is contagious. Imagine if your kids had this at 10. They're in fucking high school and they're paying attention to who their friends are, man. How they're living, how they're managing their money. What if they took to this shit early? Like it was just your family invested 50% of all the money you made. This is what your family did. How fucking rich would they be after the 4th, 5th generation? Because your family had a standard. Your family fucking refused to be poor. What if your family just refused to be poor? Like the men just got pissed. Like that could happen, man. But you may be the catalyst that causes that to happen. So avoid lifestyle creep. That's it, man. That's all I got for you today. I hope this helped. We'll do these Mindset Tuesdays and kind of help me, keep me on some track. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Hit me up down in the comments. Let me know, man. Give me some bananas. Give me some bananas down there. Bananas. Come on, man. Bananas. Give me some bananas. If you don't have my free ebook, get it. Give me some bananas. Why are you guys so lazy? Leave a comment, man. Fucking lazy. You watch this, don't leave a comment, don't click like. That's because you're lazy. Do it. Click it. Push your finger. Click it and follow me. Get the money flow trading system. Let's start trading, man.